Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today we're going to take a quick look at Creature Caster's Atriarchs of Ruin. And funny enough, I'd actually filmed a nice, long, in-depth video unboxing and all that, and it doesn't seem to exist. It has completely disappeared from every electronic device that I own, so we're just going to bust them out, put them on the table, and then talk about what's coming in relation to these guys as well. So, the nice thing about these sets, and this is the second set of Atriarchs. We had the Matriarchs of Lust come out earlier. You may have seen I've painted the Priestess from that set. Someday we'll paint the other two. But it's a similar thing right here. You have 3 models, and then if you order them as a bundle, they usually come with some kind of special bonus. So in the case here of the Butcher, there was a victim crawling along, and he came with a 50mm base as well to accommodate both him and his victim that he was going to hack into pieces. So yes, we have the Butcher, we have the Biomancer, and the Paladin. So we'll take a quick look at each of them, and then I figured since I've got a captive audience and a lot of people seem to really dig the Creature Caster stuff for obvious reasons, I thought since I've been rearranging things in the house, we'll take a good long look at how they compare it to some of the bigger models from the Rage. So this is the Butcher, appropriately named. He's carrying a ton of blades. I'd say of the 3, he was probably the easiest to put together. Get a good long look at my filthy glue and paint covered nails there, and you can get a good look at his face. There are like multiple mouths there. There's a 40mm base that he's on, by the way. The Biomancer was probably the most challenging. He's got this one tentacle there. I kept them off for now and unattached just so, you know, for ease of painting. He's got these skeletal-like limbs intermixed with a mass of tentacles. There were a few extra hands and stuff. They actually are supposed to be part of this guy crawling along on top of his banner there. The biggest challenge were these weird, lumpy, lobster-tailed McNugget-looking things that he's got all over his portable bookcase shelf there. You also have to stick this horn in between all of that and the crosspiece with the bells dangling from it. So yeah, he was a bit of a challenge just trying to figure out where everything fit. I may have resorted to checking online for the most part, and then oh, I guess that's his other knee. And then we have the Paladin. The Paladin, for whatever reason, really didn't want to sit nicely on the base. Sits good enough. Maybe I need to file it down or something. Dig in the shield that it's got. I don't know if it's a male or a female. I'm not really in any mood to find out either. But as always with these Creature Caster models, you can see just the detail work on the grossness of them is quite nice. Severed head here in this weird mollusk-like shell thing growing off of its back. So in case you're curious and you don't know, these are probably some of the smaller models on Creature Caster's scale so far. Grabbing the 3 of them again. I put them in a different order, but we'll go ahead and we'll grab a Frostgrave guy, a Conquest guy, and a modern GW human. Should get some Chaos Warriors in there, shouldn't we? We have some somewhere. Don't know where they are right now, but we'll get our perennial Witch Hunter friend as well. So these are big models. I think if you wanted to use them as like named demons or something, I think they'd work great for that. You want to use them as abyssals or something in a Kings of War or 9th Age type army, I think they'd be a great fit in there as well. Maybe as exalted champions of Nurgle or something. I mean, they're not, you know, overtly Nurgle-ish, but I mean, just I think you can get them to work like that. I think some of them, like especially the Butcher, you could probably, you know, paint him up to fit into a Khorne type army. Same thing with the Paladin, the Biomancer. I mean, if you wanted to get creative with the coloring, you could probably even stick it into a Tzeentchian army. I mean, the sky's the limit, really, but let's grab some other creature caster models to show you. So I was mentioning that there's a new release coming out. These are actually, I think I said it, I don't even remember now. This is the second set of Atriarchs that Creature Caster has done. The first set was actually of the Lust Demons. This is the Priestess. There was a set of 3, and much like these 3, they had a victim that the feral one, I think, was choking or something like that on a leash. So the next set that's actually going to be coming out this week, if you're watching this video the week that it premieres, this Friday is supposed to be a new release for the Atriarchs of Onslaught, I believe. It's going to be the warmongering Khorne type demons like this guy. This is the Berserker. He was the first of the Atriarchs. Patriarchs, to be specific, because he was named as a male. But whatever. The new set does come out, and there's a mix of male and female looking war demons, for lack of a better term. And much like this set and the previous Lust Demon set, they're going to also have a victim available to tag along with them. In case you guys are curious about some of the larger creature caster models, if you'll give me a moment, I actually have some handy. We have kind of what I'd like to call the mid-range stuff, and we're still going to have to zoom it out because they're really big. So we have, like, is this guy the Lord of Ruin? Or something like that. Or the Death Elemental. I've actually painted a fair amount of these guys now. I figure this is one of those few opportunities I get to just show things off. So if you wanted to see them mixed with... I don't remember what this guy's called. I'll have to double check. But he fits in quite well with these guys. He was interesting because there were quite a few bug-themed parts, and I think if you wanted to get really creative, you can actually do him up very much like a Tyrannid Hive Tyrant, which was kind of a neat, interesting change of things. Obviously, if you're curious to see any of these models, especially these painted ones, I've got videos of all of them when they got first unboxed. So by all means, do take a look. We're also obviously going to have a link down below for Creature Caster's website itself. Grabbing some of the other even bigger stuff. Now, this one is probably my favorite. The Drakon, who does not even fit on the screen. He's that big, yes. That's a 100mm base he's on. And much like all the other models, he has quite a few different options available. But he is a solid hunk of resin. And speaking of solid hunks of resin... oh, jeez. There's this big boy. You've probably seen before, because I know I've plastered him all over the internet, due to just being happy with the fact that he actually was completed. I don't remember his official name at the moment. I'll let you guys figure that out. And then, to coincide with the new ones, I have the King... what is it? The King of Ruin? And much like his buddies, he doesn't really fit all the way on the screen with those massive wings of his. Just to give you guys a good idea. I think it's a really cool sculpt, executed well. I don't have the Queen of Ruin that goes along with him. I do have the King and Queen of Lust, though. If you guys would like to see those as well. Give me one sec here to get these out of the way. Would prefer not to break them. Seriously, that fatty is heavy. Like, really heavy. Okay, and almost as big as those. We have the King and the Queen, who I am quite pleased I actually got finished up. She was just nuts, both painting, building, and then gluing and trying to attempt to put all of those tentacles on correctly. And whether or not I actually put them on correctly, I did do a little bit of strategic gluing in various spots to help keep everything kind of in one spot. But I think at least up until the Necromancer Dragon was released, they were probably the largest pair of creature caster models. So as you can see, I mean, they are a bit pricey, but if you're looking for big centerpiece type models, you absolutely are going to get a lot of bang for your buck. And the quality of the resin, the variety of pieces, you really can't go wrong. And I know I don't have any of the big kings and queens and maleficents or change or whatever. Those were just too much for me. I couldn't handle it. It was just giving me anxiety even looking at them. So anyways, as I was saying, we'll have a link down below if you want to check out Creature Caster's stuff. I know there is a preview already up for the new Atriarchs, so if you want to take a look at them, and I believe it's got pricing on there as well for all the models, or if you want to get them in a bundle with a victim to get sacrificed, then hey, more power to you. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to get started on these guys. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.